Hi guys! Okay, for my first video I decided that maybe I should start ranting on movies and books. I don't know why, but I was suddenly inspired to actually do a comparison and differences on those two. And those two are some of the things that I really like to do on my hobbies. Okay, so many of you must have noticed that many people like nowadays, like mostly the movie directors and stuff like that, they take their story from a book, such as the most popular ones nowadays is Harry Potter and Twilight. They're really awesome movies, but you know, you gotta admit they're really different from the book. And a lot of people out there, they don't want to read, or they can't afford a book or something like that, and maybe they see like a preview like from an old movie of Harry Potter like on TV, and then you know they watch, or somebody just watch it on like DVD and they never read the book. They would say it's amazing, like the best movie ever, because the story is so good. But regardless of how good it is, you know, the book is always better. But you know, some people out there, they don't like reading probably, and they'll never experience the crisp story from the whole thing. And to me, it's just like a little waste, you know. I read Twilight, like the whole series, the Twilight Saga, in about a week. Well, the whole series besides the last book, because it hasn't come out yet until Breaking Dawn actually came out, and I went to Target immediately to get the book. And that was the only book I bought, because the rest I borrowed from my best friend, and it was all good. It was amazing. Like I did not feel like I wasted my money on the last book, because it was so touching and it concluded everything all together, like sum it up, or like a sewing needle like finishing up its last like thread thingy. Well, okay, never mind. But you get the point, right? I don't know. It's, like, I can't explain it in words probably, that it's so raw and cool, but when you get to the movie, like, everything becomes a little bit too realistic. I know the point why Harry Potter and Twilight would like to put everything into a movie, because you actually can see it on screen and it just seems real, like you're there, or you see Edward as a human figure instead of just words in a book. But sometimes things cannot beat the imagination of one person in here, because you can picture Edward as a really handsome manga figure, like, you know, manga, like a lot of people draw really nice, or somebody, some idol that you think just fits that role like really well. And I gotta admit, not everybody like Robert Pattinson, and don't get me wrong, he's a sexy man. I just gotta say it out, he's really hot, but like maybe some people think he wasn't good enough for the role. Some people actually think that, oh my gosh, my boyfriend or my man ain't as good as Robert, but really they're talking about Edward, and they just dumped the guy, you know? Like, I saw a lot of FMLs in my iPod Touch, and then like I read many like FMLs about like a girl dumping the guy because he ain't her Edward, and that's kind of dumb, don't you think? I mean, the book and the movie is made for you to start floating in your imagination that some things you can't have in real life, and it's just left there for imagination. And the real important thing to think about is be grateful that you actually have a guy, okay, in your life who loves you. And if you're thinking that he ain't loving and caring as Edward, then okay, dump him. It's your loss. um, a lot of girls who are single, they try to look for an ideal Edward in their life, and sure, go ahead and find your Edward, but don't you think it's a little bit too hard that the good guys probably are all gone? Because I gotta admit, like those long ancient times, like couples stick together, and nowadays everything leads to divorce, paperwork of separating, and little kids having parents that live separately, one in one place, the other one like trying to take care of their child painfully, not enough money to set up the whole household because, you know, the whole government is going a little bit depressed and down, and that's not a really good thing. And like, that's not really ideal anymore to get into a relationship. And if you are in a relationship and you believe that that guy isn't cheating on you, he has pretty good amount of money, he cares for you, which is the most important thing, then why dump him just because you're thinking Edward is perfect? Nobody's perfect, okay? Edward is an imaginary figure. And get that down. I know some of you may be thinking, oh, no duh, I already know this, but trust me, some girls keep spamming say, I love my Edward, I'm gonna see him someday. No. No. In my opinion, I really like Jacob Black because Taylor Lautner is actually the person playing that role, and in the book, Edward is still more dreamy than Jacob because he's a werewolf. But, you know, Robert Pattinson is a little bit, how do I say it? His hair, everything. I just prefer Taylor because he's younger, he has much toned skin, his abs is fabulous, and I don't know, probably because I'm not into light skinned guys. I don't know. I really don't know. So what's up with movie directors getting stories from a book? Is it not clear that books already have their own world of imagination and already casts a really live picture in somebody's mind? Do you really have to put it on the big screen? Like, there are many things out there to think about and make movies of. Like, for example, Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. Where do you think that comes from? A book? I don't think so. But it's amazingly funny, like wickedly funny. Like, it's humorous and funny. I love Scrat and those, yeah, Buck. Oh, he's my favorite character, of course. And I enjoyed that movie. And Caroline, that could have been like a really amazing Halloween story. Just movies like that, you know. What happened to Indiana Jones? Is he not hot enough for you? I'm just kidding, but go ahead and take stories from the book. Just, you know, go by the story a little bit. Don't go off. I mean, I'm just basing on like opinions out there that, you know, that one kiss scene from Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince of Harry and Ginny? I know a lot of people are a little bit upset on that because it doesn't show that scene in the book and it's all different. And if you don't want to get people upset or confused, then just take a scene out of the book and do that scene. Don't jump around and mix up the whole story. It's kind of upsetting. But still, the movie's awesome, terrific. It's great to see everything live. Cars keep passing by and it's hella loud. It's amazing to see people flying around on like broomsticks. I remember when I first saw the Harry Potter movie, I immediately went outside and pick up a broom and actually pretend that I was flying. Awkward. Anyway, you guys, this is my first video. I'm sorry if it sucked. So it really depends on you guys, and whether or not you like it, just post your comments